Tyler, what's the plan for today?
Well, I'm not feeling really super confident on elk numbers in here thus far. I mean, do you just grind it, just find them? Or do you cut your losses on a day of hunting and uproot and roll? Or do you just give it a day?
I think that's tough.
That's tough. Yeah, that's tough. We had 4 today.
You're never gonna break my black gold heart. We did it all, we did it all. Like savages, we hit it hard, we hit it hard. Like savages, took on the world and tore it all down and made it our own. Yeah, we stole the crown. We did it all, we did it all. We did it all, we did it all. Like savages, we hit it hard, we hit it hard. Like savages.
I packed up camp this morning, hiked maybe 3/4 of a mile, and we heard some nice chuckling made by a squirrel. And that's about the extent of the noise we've heard. Cody, we got a message from Cody, said they were moving in on a bugler. We don't have a bugler to move in on. I think we did find some elk that was made in the last, some elk sign that was made in the last like 2 years, which is nice. I think we're hot on their trail. Yeah, a little slow to say the least. We're up here high where we should be able to hear a lot of country and just not hearing anything. If Trent wasn't so entertaining, I'd probably be bored out of my mind.
Wow, you know what the problem is? We haven't painted up yet. We're gonna paint up. That's the problem. We paint up and stuff dies. How about if we paint up, we just see a fresh track would be good too. We're gonna do that. And then keep walking many miles and keep tooting these flutes right here. And it's going to happen. It's gonna happen. We may or may not have just heard a bull elk. I don't know, but we're gonna go over here in the direction Tyler said it was and see if we can't get closer here. Are you excited, Tyler?
Yeah, we heard a bugle. Even if it's a hunter, I'll take it.
Come on, I know I heard one. I know it was. We need to get to that rim, don't we?
Yeah. We should freaking drop.
So we just keep going around this? Doesn't look bad. Give us a brief recap of,
Well,
how are your feelings feeling?
our amazing elk that we dropped, I don't know, 500, 700 feet, chasing a bugle, like the only bugle we've heard. We're pretty desperate for a bugle. And sure enough, we get down here and 99.9% sure that a hunter sucked us in from a mile and a half away. When you're desperate, any whistle
Anyway.
you chase. And we were pretty desperate. So now I think we're probably leaning towards heading back to the pickup and going back where the elk lives, where we maybe should still be. Huh, how many times we got to learn that lesson?
And I painted my face for this. Are you ready? Let's do this, Tyler. He's right on. Did you hear that? That bugle. He's like, "Roar." He's right on top of you a little bit. Not on purpose, I don't think. I don't think so. We do actually have an elk out in front of us. It was hunters that it was an elk. There was a real one. We think it's a real one. We're kind of slow playing him. He's just kind of working through this real thick stuff. Just keep it on him. So we'll catch him here in a second. Ready, bud? You ready? Yep. Here we go. I just want to kill this thing. Be careful.
felt good.
It looked perfect.
Kind of quartering a little bit away.
I tried to stop him right when he turned.
Yeah, you nailed it. I did kind of shoot through some little tiny branches, quartering away, and I was just mid-body.
This has been a pleasure, man. This has been a pleasure.
Oh, dude. I heard it sink.
Dude, I saw it just.
I was aiming like mid-body, middle of ribs, quartering away, trying to envision where that arrow was gonna come out.
You did great.
Dude, it should be money.
It was money.
How it changes, Trent. How it changes. I feel like we've worked our butts off.
We earned that one, bud. We earned that one. It's been a blessing being here with you, man.
Yeah, you too. That was money. I didn't have a range, but everything's pretty much top pin.
Dude, I saw the arrow bury, and it buried just clear to the other shoulder blade. I think I got everything.
Did you
I think I got everything. You in frame with the bull. I think I did. And I was trying to bugle though at the same time, so it's a little shaky. It's a little shaky.
People watching, I don't know, nobody knows how hard it is to call and film. I mean, if we had to call her back 50, 60 yards, that was game over.
Done deal.
But he kept wanting to see something. He kept wanting to see it, and then you just kept playing his emotions.
That was fun. That was fun. He's a good bull.
He's a good bull.
It's a really, really pretty bull.
Yeah.
It was perfect, man. When you moved over and he was going, he smelled us, something. And I'm just like, well, this is the last chance. And you moved over and drew, and I'm like, he's quartered away. And I just ripped one and he stopped. I couldn't believe that.
I had one shot.
I could not believe that. Smoked.
Dude.
Guys, we've hunted for 2 days straight and seen literally 3 tracks. And we've just kept at it, kept at it. We got discouraged a little bit, that's no lie. We wanted to pull out, head to a different area. We heard this long distant bugle. We thought it was a hunter. So we're like, you know what? That's the only thing we got to go on. Even if it is a hunter, at least we'll see someone else to be able to talk to. We got in here and just chased him and chased him and chased him and finally fired him up enough to get him to come in a couple different times. And the second time we got up where he was rubbing, he just raked the heck out of that tree right there. We played that thing like a bunch, and then that's the only elk we've seen in over 2 days. Only elk we've seen. Tyler's got a hell of an elk, so it can happen fast. Stay with it. I don't know.
You know, we've like weather. Let's go regroup, and then the close calls we had over there. You know, just luck, just those little things of luck.
Little thing can go different one way.
I mean, that's the epitome. That's why we put that film together, because it's the epitome of what has been going on.
Yeah.
It's like, what's our ability to bounce back, Trent? We don't see anything. We don't think there's elk here. This is stupid. Let's go back to the spot we left.
Just keep going. Well, we're gonna sit here and wait. Give it about an hour just to let everything do its course. And whew, man, that was incredible. He had a beautiful man. He bugled so hard. He screamed so hard. So we're gonna give this about an hour, and then we have 2% on the battery left. So I'm so glad it held. I'm so glad it held through. We're gonna be tracking here in a second. Little target panicky, creeping down on it. Well, there goes that arrow. Okay.
All right. Well, yeah. Send us that in reach, and we'll figure out where you're at and head your way. Okay. Bye. Sweet. So he said it was quartering away. He thought it was 25 yards. He didn't have time to range. We just gapped his 20 and 30. And he said he hit mid-body on height and mid-body on front to back. He said it was like in the last rib, but it was quartering away, so he thinks it's a money shot. They're going to give it an hour, but they have a bull screaming by him right now, so they're going to send us in and reach, show us where they're at, so we can go meet them and help them pack out. I got a guy over here bugling his face off. So hopefully they're not too far away, and we can get down there and whack that bull that's calling by them, and help. And then we'll back out too.
Well, we're headed down. Go meet up with Tyler. He just shot a bull. Pretty random, but he's only like half a mile from us, which is freaking awesome. So we can go help pack him out. And then we got 3 more bulls to kill. We're gonna tag this sucker out.
Well, we shot from here. I always like to leave something from where I shot from to where I think the bull is at, just so I don't get lost of which direction I was shooting, because in here everything just looks totally the same. We're going to cruise up there to where I think the bull is at and just see if we can see some fast blood, or maybe my arrow. I think my arrow might be in his other shoulder on the opposite side, but we'll just go up there and see. It's only been like 35-40 minutes. We're just going to go up there and kind of spend a little time there, give it another hour. But all signs point to just felt like a good shot. So let's go check it out.
That's them. Looks so different.
So different.
Do you want to go back there?
Yeah.
And try to replay it? What we're doing is replaying the shot. He's gonna go back to where he shot from, and then replay where the bull was. I'm gonna try to get a track on this here. Come here, Tyler. Come here. Not good. Shoulder blade of the bull. Not good.
Huh?
The whole,
Good?
I don't get it.
Oh, are you kidding me? What'd I hit?
I don't know.
What?
Shoulder bladed him or something.
Oh, you're kidding me. Freaking A.
What? I swore I saw those fletchings just burying it.
So did I. Not good at all.
Did I hit something?
Look, I thought it was far back, if anything, like back or...
Oh,
Dang it. Yeah, that is clean. And that bull's still alive.
yeah, he is.
Freak.
That sucks. He went right through here. What the heck?
That perplexes me as all get out, dude. That felt so good.
What the heck?
Could I hit one of those? Could I shot between those trees? I shot right between those two suckers.
Dude, I saw that arrow burying. And it didn't make a whack sound or nothing like that, like a shoulder blade. that blood just a little bit?
Yep, it's that freaking deep. Shoulder blade deep.
Yeah.
How in the freak? I had to. I wonder if I hit a freaking branch. Oh, freaking sucks.
Oh man, these are the tough parts of bow hunting. Oh man, that sucks. Right when I saw that arrow, I was like, not good.
That's it?
I swore I watched that arrow bury.
Does that look sliced at all?
Yeah. Obviously that's the arrow, but I just swore I saw the arrow bury in his shoulder. I mean, bury
Freaking,
in him.
Oh man, dude, I did too.
I mean, I swore I did.
Of course.
Is there any blood at all? God damn it.
And that is shoulder freaking deep.
Yeah, it's shoulder blade.
Freak. I had to hit a freaking stick. It felt so just solid. Just
Dude, it looks solid. Everything about it looks so good.
freak. Gosh dang it. You know, I'm totally freaking disgusted and mad, but the other part of me is, I know that he's not
Oh,
going
he's
to
not
get there
going
and
to
lay and die.
No, no. He's not hurt at all.
Gosh,
I can't. What did we see then?
I have no idea.
When I saw that arrow, I'm like, no
Maybe
way.
he just kind of freaking, I mean, right when I shot, did he step and his arm come back?
I couldn't tell really. I was calling and everything, but I swear when you shot, that arrow looked like it was just buried to the flesh.
Dude,
it looked it to me, but
Jeez. Well, what felt like a slam dunk shot and what I thought was just a awesome shot. My arrow, watching the video back, you can see my arrow hits one lone freaking branch. You can see the scar on my wrap, and then see where the vein's been bent over and distressed, and it just kicked my arrow like this and drove it straight in the shoulder blade. Literally there was like 4 inches of blood on my arrow. So I'm really confident, and couldn't find any blood, that sucker just straight up shoulder boned him. So back to the drawing board on finding elk, but the good thing is I feel 100% confident that that bull's, he's not lost. He's not going to go and die somewhere. He's going to walk around with a limp, and some hunter one of these days is going to shoot him, skinning him out and pulling quarters off. He's going to find a stinking Strickland broadhead in his shoulder. So yeah, back to the drawing board.
not a recovery weapon. Blood that deep.
What? Everything was money, felt good.
Dude, we both saw the arrow. We swore we saw it just bury right behind his shoulder, clear up to the fletch.
I think I must have hit a freaking stick or kicked it or something. Pretty good little window, and I honestly had flashbacks of not shooting that big 6-point. Like, I can make that shot all day.
Dude, it was white. He was right down there. The bull was standing right here. Bull was standing right here, and he was right there. I mean, it was. You got to. I mean, there was. It didn't look like there was anything in the way, but
Little twigs and
might have
freaking
been a
branches
little twig or.
like this. Freaking sucks.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, sucks that they didn't kill him, but it doesn't suck that he doesn't have an arrow in his guts.
Yeah, he's not gonna die.
So, but you thought you was quartering away?
Quartering away.
And our mission changed a little bit. So now we're gonna hike back out to the truck and hunt our way back, and we got one shooter and I guess 2 callers.
Yep.
Or maybe 2 shooters and 1 caller, a cameraman. But we think there's about 5 bulls in here. We're gonna kill 2 of them. Plan?
I'm in love with it. I'm good, Tyler.
Sounds awesome.
Kind of call them into where we think they're gonna come. How about that? Wow.
Mountain man.
How do you feel? How about your feelings?
I felt really good about my feelings about 2.5 hours ago. There's a bull, and everybody just pointed complete opposite directions. We've got this, really.
It was somewhere. I don't know. I heard an elk.
I don't think it was a hunter. What is this thing? Is that
Scared me.
Look at it. You have habitat in your beard. A bird just flew. I thought I heard him up here. What was that? Out of here, and we heard a bugle. Heard a bugle below us. Now we're running back down the hill, trying to catch up to him. What do you want to know?
Is this a bull or a human? Sorry.
I think it's a hunter, but because we heard this Doug Flutie guy earlier that just would do all sorts of wild stuff, and I saw him sitting in the middle of a rock pile in the sun, just leaning up against his pack frame, military hat on. Excuse you. Excuse you again. So yeah, now we hear the same kind of bugle going on. We're not sure. The truck's back that way, and we're debating whether to go after him because we're trying to get out of here. I think is the plan. So Trent, you want to just call this hunter in?
Call him in.
We'll find out if it's a hunter or a bull.
I'm waiting for him to crack off.
If it's a bull, we're gonna feel like jackasses.
Big time. Big time. I think Tyler's asleep. No, he's not. He's in the zone. Just getting in the zone.
Should probably knock an arrow, huh? You think?
Working this way.
I'm gonna stay reclined. I'm not gonna get up or anything, but I will knock an arrow.
Oh no, it's a solid. Does he watch TV if it's a hunter? I mean, has he ever seen one in its majestic, real setting? Has he ever?
I don't know. No idea. But he's getting closer, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't know whether to just go run at him and.
We're below that bench, aren't we, Steve?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to climb up that big rock pile. You try to show him how bugle's supposed to go.
That's what I'm gonna try to do. Next one's gonna be a little snottier. I get snotty with him. See, the thing about it is there's a different bugle every time. Bulls usually
further away.
Bulls usually don't do that. They usually have, get madder, but they don't go dee doo dee. You know, they usually have a pretty.
Oh, that's pretty damn similar.
That was similar to the first couple. We'll get mad at it here.
He's trying to overlap you.
That one. I'm out of here. Let's go find him. Let's try to kill him.
I guess we're mad now.
Ever experienced elk calling of this quality before?
I haven't. It's either we're gonna call in an elk and shoot it, or we're gonna burn this footage later on because the hunter that has the worst tone in the world of elk hunting just called us in. And we're actually moving towards it.
Well, we don't have to lose any elevation to get that little.
To be fair, there's a pretty good breeze. It's like muffling all the horribleness of it. Or like it could be a bull.
But think how much that's muffling more horribleness.
Yeah.
Glass half empty. That kind of, you know.
We don't have to lose any elevation to get to that
Let's go over there.
edge right there.
If Doug Flutie's sitting over there eating his PB&J and just tooting on his Primo's Terminator bugle, we'll go, good job. We're retarded.
I'll shake his hand. Just walk up and say, congratulations.
Just here's my hat. something, anything.
Yeah,
Let's try it.
It's a big rock pile.
How low does it go? Let's just get right below it. Yeah. Take it out of the camera and burn it right now.
How do you feel? Calling the worst elk.
I did too. I did. It was like you're hunting along. You know, what's that? What's that? Didn't know. You know. Come around the corner and there's a guy in the Bi-Mart parking lot sitting on his tailgate, ball cap, half shirt, just. And I go, what the hell?
Oh, we got buffaloed for sure. And
Twice?
Yeah, twice by the same guy. He sounds so horrible. He's like, that cannot be a person. It's gotta be an elk.
I think the new catchphrase is, we got Doug Flutie.
We got Doug Flutie hard. We got Flutie hard.
We officially got called in, not once, but twice, by the world's worst elk caller. It's kind of embarrassing. It's just so bad. You just can't think it's a human. It's incomprehensible. Called us in this morning, and in our defense, it's really windy this afternoon, so we couldn't really hear it that well. But it happened, and it happened twice. I think we need to retire.
Rocking that V-neck.
Oh. Some people like to dress up in the office every once in a while.
Slacks aren't good enough.
Those are not slacks. Those are not slacks. All right, let's go to the video first.
Brutal. I mean, just it.
It was so tough. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It was very, very, very hard. Tyler shot that bull, and just for what we'd been through, when we all drew straws and said, hey, we're all going to go our separate ways, Tyler and I, we didn't hear anything. We didn't see anything that day. We just kept on keeping that positive attitude and saying we're going to just stay after it. It only takes one. I don't know how many times we said that. It only takes one. It only takes one.
Words we live by sometimes.
Pretty much in the elk woods. That next day, all morning, nothing. I mean, in the primest looking, greatest stuff, habitat you've ever seen for elk, and nothing. We kept on after it, Finally, we got one bugle, and we just kind of went, all right, let's go. We put all our eggs in, got in on him. That was the only elk that we saw.
It was an awesome screen fest. The encounter, I think,
Man,
and what you did as a job, filming, calling, raking, it was awesome.
that was fun.
it was just elk hunter's worst nightmare.
I've been through it already. I went through it in Wyoming. You guys saw that. And it's just, you know, the shoulder blade of an elk is so tough. And it's so thick that you don't get any penetration. His arrow, like, I mean, it just went to the broadhead. That was it. There was a full arrow, no blood on it. We looked all over. I mean, tracked him, hands and knees. We found maybe two drips of blood. I mean, it was just so minuscule. It wasn't even, it was so frustrating just to go from, I thought it was a great shot. Tyler thought it was a great shot to walk up to the arrow and you're like, my whole heart sank when I saw that arrow.
Yeah,
I know exactly what that means.
I was watching back through the footage, editing that and seeing
it was
like the look on your face when you looked up there and you're like, Tyler, come up here.
Yeah. I mean, I knew right off the bat, right when we found the arrow. And Tyler, being the awesome Christian guy that he is, he was so frustrated. He just kind of shook it off. How he took that was, I learned a lot about being a better person from watching how he took that loss.
Yeah, 100%. That was
so. That was very, very difficult, guys, but a learning experience. Every single day that we're out here is a learning experience. It was tough. It was a real tough one.
And that's the hardest part. Is like put so much time and energy, and it's down to that split second. Things appeared to be perfect, and it doesn't turn out the way a guy hopes. And it's just like, I think if Tyler was a solo guy by himself, your just mind goes in a bad place. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like us as a group, Steve and Jason came over, joined up with you guys there just a little bit down the ridge, and kind of picked Tyler back up where he just wants to crawl in a hole. And, you know, I mean, so I think the big thing for us, and we talk about this companionship, you know, while we're out with others.
Definitely.
And having someone pull you up when you're down it's a game. I mean, it's why we are so successful, is having that support and helping us out, helping each other out.
Definitely, it definitely helps in the end. Anyway, guys, that's that. I just want to get over that. Now let's move on
To the Doug Flutie.
Doug Flutie, yeah. So Doug Flutie, guys, is what we call a person that is out bugling. You get you guys' questions. You guys ask all the time. How do you know it's not another hunter and it's a bull elk? Well, we don't always. That's just to be honest with you. We've been sitting before and go, oh man, there's a guy calling and he's walking at us, and then look up and there's a bull walking at us before too. So I mean, it's try to treat. This is a hard statement to say.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
I know where you're going.
That's a tough one.
We've always agreed that you never walk away from a bugle. Like if it's a bull, no matter how steep, thick, brushy, however it does not look like you're going to succeed, you never walk away from it. Sometimes there's like those questionable bugles. It was windy out, so I heard. I don't know. I was on the other side of the mountain.
Yeah.
Crushing the baby bird.
Yes, you were.
But you guys got called in. You had a good time with it. Good sports. So.
It was great. He did everything that an elk would kind of do. He bugled and walked away from us. He did. I mean, and so it was like, well, maybe. Yeah, it was another hunter. We got Doug Flutie, but we didn't learn anything in the process. Actually, we hiked about an extra, 3/4 of a mile. So that was about it.
Long story short, we all came to the consensus that there was not the mecca of elk that we were hoping in this new dart throwing, and we gathered our stuff back up, and
we're headed back.
See tomorrow. We're back into where we were.
We are headed back.
It just was not the mecca.
No.
And bugles plenty. So.
No, it wasn't. But we did have our chances, and those guys were amazed that we just like, let's go try it. Let's see what we can do. And they're like, really? Let's go. And that's kind of that whole thing. I'm answering a lot of emails of people, how do I find a new area? It looks like you guys are in a ton of elk all the time. Well, what you guys don't see is us hiking miles and miles and miles in between, or 1 or 2 bugles sometimes a day. You guys would be bored to tears if you had to watch us walk and hike all day long. So what you're seeing is...
Yeah, there's definitely showing the whole highs and lows, but you see a kind of the highs, a lot of it.
Correct,
so,
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of boring time elk hunting. The biggest thing, though, is if you don't go, you don't know. So you got to go explore that and either circle that and say, hey, I want to come back here, or never again, no, not going in there. So.
Bingo. Shout outs. Let's do some shout outs real quick. I'm trying to get to as many as I can and trying to pick the ones that resonate with me, guys. And so anyway, Alyssa and Caitlin. Alyssa's 6 and Caitlin's 4. They're from Maryland. Just wanted to give them a huge shout out.
That's awesome.
It's yeah.
Future born and raised hunters.
It's so cool to see kids, all these kids, and people are telling us my kids love watching the show, and that's just so awesome to us. Kieran Sarkella, 13. He killed his first 5.55 bull elk. His dad called it in for him in the snow.
I'll insert the picture right here.
It is so awesome.
Pretty awesome.
So awesome. He's 13 years old with a bow. His dad called the 5x5 in, and he shoots it, and it's...
Kieran's on every single video when that thing first pops up by 505. He's commenting. So thanks, Kieran, for watching, and we're super stoked you got a bull this year.
Definitely. Destiny and Cody Detman. He killed his first bull this year, and she is getting into bow hunting. They're getting married, actually, right before bow season next year, and they're headed out of state to go try a DIY out-of-state hunt next year. So that was pretty cool.
Pretty awesome honeymoon.
Cool. Yeah. Evan Beachy. He has a question. This is what we'll finish the video off with. It's just one question. Evan writes in, what are the pros and cons of deboning an elk?
That's a good question. There's been a lot of people asking, why are you guys packing out quarters?
Yeah.
I'll spin on a take real quick.
Go ahead.
The thing about deboning, you lose about 10 pounds on a back ham. Do you think? 10
Yeah, I'd
pounds
say
bone?
somewhere in there per bone.
Yeah, per quarter.
Per hind leg.
Yep.
So you're looking at 20 extra pounds on the back, probably about 7 extra pounds on the front per quarter. So right there's what, 34 pounds?
Yeah, no, it definitely overall makes a big difference. Two things. When hanging, I always encourage you to hang on the bone versus deboning. It holds its shape better. The meat doesn't turn into a big ball all on top, because a lot of times you can get inside a boned out bag, all that meat, the center core is still warm. It doesn't ever get that airflow. So a lot of times you don't see us, but we'll section out a ham, open it up on the bone, get it cooled from the femur, because that bone holds a lot of heat. And then the other thing.
So my take on the whole thing, guys, is being from, I love the whole meat cutting process. So if you've ever taken a hind quarter off, you're cutting right through that femoral artery, and you'll notice right when you cut it, blood just starts draining everywhere from the hind leg. So by hanging it up just like that, all the blood is coming down to the lowest point on the ham by hanging it like that. If you do bone it out, think of it as Ziploc bag, You take the Ziploc bag, you fill it with water. Even if you poke holes on both sides of it, you pick up that bag, you're going to still have a bow in the middle, and that can hold that blood. That's kind of that boned out meat is what I kind of take it as. When you put boned out meat in a bag, both ends that you cut off are sometimes in a U section, and so that blood doesn't have a chance to drain out of that. And the whole reason with hanging these animals is to get all the blood out and to have them drain and to cure that meat over. So that's what my take is on it. And so our whole, to get back to the question, sorry about that. Our whole thing on this is if we're only like a mile in and it's not too awful bad, we can, and we have the amount of people, we'll just keep the bone in. It's so much easier for hanging when you get to where you want to go. Or what we'll do is like we did with Steve's bull, we'll just take it to a spot, hang it, and then once we go to pack it all out, we'll hang it for 3 or 4 days. We hang our meat for up to a week if we have the temperatures right. Once you get that hide off the outside of the animal and get that meat cooled down, guys, the temperature can fluctuate from freezing there's no too cold for it, but to 60 degrees. Even we've hung them in 70-degree temperatures, as long as it's cool in a creek with some breeze and you have a good game bag.
Airflow and shade, and high quality game bags. That is
protection from flies. That's the biggest thing, because flies will blow maggots on that meat as fast as they can, and pretty soon it's horrible. So meat preparation, take care of it. You can hang it for days. As far as if we're in a mile,
we'll pack it out.
Bone in.
If not, hang it for a few days while we're back in the backcountry, and then bone it on the final pack out. So.
Yep. Awesome question. Thank you guys for that. And I think that's all I got, man.
Yeah. So tomorrow we're back in the honey hole. I think. Right?
Stay tuned for this. Stay tuned for this. Another day in the Colorado winds. All right. Guys, Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for coming to Idaho to see us. We're super, super excited to go and film an uncut with you guys and see how that all works out. So.
Yep, and with that, I mean, just your time, all the energy that you guys have put into Land of the Free has been so rewarding for us. So.
Yes, it has, above and beyond, guys. Thank you so much, and we will see you tomorrow.
Boom.
You really hit that boom hard. Did it feel right?
Felt right.